Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Manifest with KK. I'm your host, KK, and here today we're going to be talking about all things that I have manifested before YouTube had this huge law of attraction, law of assumption community. And so this channel is really here to empower and remind you of the beautiful innate abilities and powers you have within you. I don't have like a fancy intro and I do not make edits to my videos, so bear with me. This episode is going to be a really fun, juicy one. And if any of my messages or stories that I share with you, all of them are going to be success stories throughout my life. So if any of these resonate with you, by all means, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what has resonated with you. This is really to help inspire you, and there's no frills, there's no like selling to you. This is just purely to help you and remind you of how amazing you actually are. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about how I manifested a new cell phone. And this story is actually really kind of funny. And before you judge, I'm going to just give you all of the details and the timeline and where my headspace was. And if things pop up, I'm going to share little anecdotes and things like that. So bear with me. Every time I record these, by the way, I always think of like, oh yeah, let me add this, or oh yeah, let me say this, or let me backtrack. So again, these are not scripted. These are unedited, raw stories. So, all right. So I'm going to talk about how I manifested a new cell phone and what I did to get that. And it's just an average item that many people have, most people have. It's a common household item, personal item. And so this happened last year in 2024. So in 2024. No, 2023. Oh my God, I'm already losing track of years. So this happened in 2023. And now we're in 2025. So in 2023, in the summer, July, what was I doing? I was traveling. I was in the US. So I went home for 6 weeks and I live in Dubai. So I went back to the States for 6 weeks. And at that stage, I had stumbled onto this whole law of assumption community back in 2023. But prior to that, I had always just kind of done my own thing. I knew of law of attraction, all of that stuff. I knew about affirmations and positivity and all of this stuff, right? So I wasn't following any YouTuber. I wasn't doing anything specific. I wasn't saying 10,000 affirmations to get a new cell phone. I just made a decision. Just like many of my videos, I talk about this. I made a decision. I had maybe what you call like an intuitive nudge, or I had like a feeling that I was going to get it by a certain date. Okay. It wasn't like I went on like this huge spiritual journey to figure that out. So I just feel like that's very important to mention because so many people ask like, well, what did you do? And they want something very specific so they can apply it to them. I'm not here to sell coaching. I'm not here to like tell you a technique that you need to do. This is just what had happened and how things unfolded. So I was away and I knew that I'd been wanting a new cell phone. And at the time, my finances were quite tight and quite stretched. And I knew that I wasn't willing to invest in, a $400 or $500 phone, let alone anything more than that, right? Because phones nowadays are quite expensive, especially iPhones. And I had been wanting one for a while, but I thought, okay, I'm going to try to get a new phone by the end of the year. So by December 2023. And that was my intention. Okay. That was my intention to get one by December. And things just happened. Things continued on. Life carried on. And I didn't think much of it, but I knew that this was something I was desiring because I felt it. And I did a little bit of research. I would go to the store and like shop around a little bit, see what I liked. But I didn't have anything in mind. I didn't have anything specific. I just knew that I wanted something newer and I didn't want to pay a lot of money for it. Like those were the main things. I didn't want to pay a lot of money for it. So having said that, I think that that's very important because I didn't journal. I didn't script. I didn't meditate or visualize on this. I just left it very open-ended. So I had gone on a date with a gentleman who I ended up dating for a couple months. And during our time, we, got into a relationship and he basically offered to give me his old phone that was less than 1 year old. And I was like, are you sure? He just wanted to give it to me because he wanted to get the latest new one that was like top of the line. And like, it was like, he was going to like pre-order it. It was like a whole thing for him. And so he said that he wanted to give me his phone that was practically brand new, and he was going to factory reset it for me and everything. And so I want this story to tell you. And so, okay, so I started dating this gentleman in September 2023. So summer had passed. September 2023, I started dating this gentleman. By October, he had offered to give me this brand new phone. And then by the end of November, early December-ish, was when he got his new phone and gave me the one that he had shared with me. So it wasn't like, oh my God, by a certain date I need to have it. But it was around the time that I had thought, now how could I have come up with this whole entire scenario, you guys? Like, I couldn't have even like fathom, oh, let me get into a relationship with a guy so he can give me his old cell phone so he can buy a new one. Like, that story to me, I can't even like make up or script or come up with. Like, that just happened. Like, that whole thing materialized. Now, you're probably wondering whatever happened to the guy. Well, he's no longer in the picture. That's all you really need to know. But the point of this story was I had made the intention that I wanted to get a new phone, like a brand new phone or nearly brand new phone, by December 2023, and I didn't want to pay a lot of money for it. And lo and behold, I went through all of that, like all of the what you call unfolding. I went through all of the unfolding in order to get this brand new phone. So I'm actually recording on it right now. And yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly great. And I'm super grateful that I have it. And I'm super grateful that that circumstance happened. And I think, maybe one of the few reasons why this person came into my life is so that this could happen. And so, yeah, I find these little stories just kind of cute and funny and interesting because you reflect back on it. I mean, it's been some time now. That was 2023. We're in 2025. You reflect on these things and you just think to yourself, like, how many of these kinds of accounts can I think of that I had manifested something in the most bizarre, unexpected way? And here we are, like, talking about this. Here I am sharing this story with you. And I just find it so funny that I literally had no clue who this person was when I was wanting a new phone, when I was desiring it, when I was, shopping around for one. I had no idea who this person was. He just popped up into my life. And actually, this person I had gone on a date with a couple years prior, just like one date or 2 dates. And then like we just stopped talking, and then out of the blue, he messaged me in September of 2023. And again, like, I could not have predicted that. I could not have scripted this. The thing that you're desiring is going to come to you in the least path of resistance, they say. Like, it's just going to come to you in the most natural form. And I would say that this was one of those kind of stories. So I hope that you enjoyed this story. It's not about the guy. It's not about dating him. The intention of this story was to explain to you how I desire something. I made a decision of when I wanted it by, how much I was willing to spend, and I didn't put all these conditions on it. I just let it happen, and it happened. And that's really what the point of this channel is, you guys. It's to share with you how things can just show up in your life if you don't like squeeze and hold on to it and like affirm for it and then like question it and doubt it. I didn't walk around doubting, am I going to get a new cell phone? No, I didn't do that. I just knew I wanted it. I didn't think against it. Like, no, I'm not going to get one. Like, I didn't think against it. I just knew I would get it. I knew I would get it. I knew I would get it. It was going to happen by this time. The how was not up to me. The cost, any of it, like, it just wasn't up to me. It was just, I knew I wanted it, and I wanted it by a certain time. So I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, leave a like or leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear. And you guys, I'll catch you all on the next episode.